Okay, let's show you how to do a little bit of an oak wood grain. So we're going to start off with an MDF panel. Paint an X on the back. That stops it from warping. Prime your panel, and then we're going to put a glaze on it. For our particular oak, we've gone with a coffee cream colored background. So we've got our different tools we're going to use today. We are going to use a typical rocker grainer, and this is very handy for making oak. Gives you that beautiful heart grain. And then my favorite tool for doing wood grain, which is a whisk broom, and I'll show you that and what we do with it in a moment. Some people like to use an oak ticker. I'm not particularly fond of it. It's a little manufactured, and I like a little more organic. So here we are. We're starting off with the tools. Got them on our workspace, and we have a toner. Not a toner, actually. Sorry, this is the grainer, and Colin's going to put that on the panel. And this is basically our glaze, our acrylic urethane that we put tint. And we've used a little burnt umber, and I think we got a little touch of black in there just to make it a little bit richer. So the trick is getting it all in the panel, very nice and even. Although if you do end up with some roller marks and lines, it's not the end of the world, because wood, as by its nature, has different imperfections and darker and lighter spots. So not to worry. By the time we get through with the rocker grainer and the whisk broom, it'll be just wonderful. So when you first pick up your rocker grainer and you start playing with it, you're going to think, oh my god, what a cool tool, and you're going to rock back and forth and have all kinds of funky wood. Once you get to actually producing something nice, you'll want to hold off on doing too much of the rocking and rolling and just do a little bit back and forth. So as you can see Colin's doing here, he's also trying to make sure that each pass that he does is just a little bit different than the previous pass, just so it doesn't look like it's some kind of photographic image that's been repeated. Okay, so having done the rocker graining, we now take the whisk broom and we're just pulling it back and forth through our glazed grain. And what this does is the little parts of the broom are actually drawing through those lines of the grainer and making what looks like wood grain, like little tiny hairs of wood grain. And it's actually a very, very successful process. Taking the same stuff that he used for the grainer, we're just going to roll the coat on that. We've allowed our panel to dry sufficiently, and he's going to roll another coat on there. And this will be our toner. Now if you were trying to go a little darker, you could add another pass. You know, it all depends on what kind of oak you're trying to do. You can start off with a lighter background color and alter any of these colors to get where you're going. So he's just put a pass of that on, and once he has it laid down a little bit, he's just going to grab a brush and just brush through it, because what we don't want is that roller texture. So he's just going to take a normal 2.5 inch cutting sash and just lay down the product and smooth it out. Very easy, very straightforward. So there you have your background, your glaze, your grainer, and your toner, and you end up with a nice wood grain. So try this one out. It's pretty easy to do. The tools aren't that expensive, and I think you can have a lot of fun with it.